Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today we are going to go over a pintuck foot. They are these really cool feet that have all these little grooves on the back of them. I'm going to show you how to use this foot. And later in the video, we're going to make some pintucks just using the regular foot. So at the end, we can answer the question, do you need a pintuck foot? And real quick, just before we get pintucking, make sure you like and subscribe if you are enjoying Sewing Anastasia. Really helps out the channel a lot. And if you'd like to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out my online sewing academy and my sewing club. There's links for those down below in the description. Now let's get back to pin tucking. So this here is the pintuck foot. Kind of looks like a normal foot from the front, but if we flip it over, we've got all of these grooves on the back. And that's to help us guide our pintucks. And there's not just one pintuck foot, they do come in different sizes. So the grooves on the back can be deeper, they can be shallower, they can be wider, they can be narrower. So there's a lot of different pintucking feet out there, but they're all gonna do basically the same thing, just might be a little bigger, wider, narrower. So you might be asking yourself, when do I use this pintuck foot over that pintuck foot? Well, it all comes down to the twin needle you're using. So you're gonna notice there's different widths of twin needles. Now, if you have a really small twin needle where the needles are really close together, that means it's gonna create very small pintucks. So you're gonna wanna use a pintuck foot that has very small grooves right next to each other, real small ones. Or if you're using a bigger twin needle, then you're gonna wanna use a foot that has bigger gaps in between these grooves, because if we have a bigger pintuck, we need a bigger opening in here for the pintuck to glide through. So today I'm going to be using the 3mm needle, and I'm going to be using the one that has the bigger groove here in the foot because we're going to create a fairly substantial pintuck. So let's go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to show you why this pintuck foot helps. So to set up the machine, if you do have a digital machine, you need to tell it that you're using a twin needle. If you have a mechanical machine, you can just put it in the machine, but also reference your guide on your sewing machine because you might have somewhere that you need to tell the machine you're using a twin needle. So now that we have the twin needle in it, it's time to thread both of those needles. So you're gonna need 2 spools of thread. So when we thread the machine, both threads are gonna go through the same path, but in one of your tension discs, if you can choose to put it on the right and the left, you're gonna put one on the right and one on the left. So both threads are gonna follow the same path, and then we're going to thread the needles here. So one on the right and then one on the left. And one little trick I like to do is I like to put one thread behind the thread guide and one in front. I think it helps them not get as tangled up, because eventually when you start using the twin needle a bunch, the threads start to wrap around each other. Now that both needles are threaded, both of those threads just go in the foot and to the back. So today I'm using green thread on the top and a yellow bobbin. First thing we're gonna do is test out a pintuck, which is our normal tension for a woven medium fabric. And then what we're going to do is see if we need to adjust the tension by seeing how raised the pintuck is. I want mine fairly raised, so we're gonna do 1 row and then we'll go from there. So to create the pintuck, make sure you're always back stitching. So a couple of stitches forward, we're gonna add our back stitch in there to lock it in place. And then we're just gonna work our way all the way down the fabric here. When we're done with the pintuck, we're gonna make sure we back stitch, and then we can take out our project. So I'm happy with how pronounced this pintuck is. So I'm gonna leave my tension where it's at. My thread tension right now is at 4.6, but if yours wasn't raised enough, you can always increase your thread tension. Now that we have 1 row of pintucks, it's time to use the pintuck foot. So this is what this foot is for. It's a nice little guide for us. So I'm gonna line up that pintuck in the groove over here. Now you can space them out however you like. I'm gonna go with the second little opening here. So that pintuck's gonna fit into that little groove right there, and it's gonna guide us so they turn out nice and straight and even. Not only is this foot going to act as a nice guide with the grooves, but it is also going to help shape the little pintucks. It's gonna help suck it up and make it more pronounced like a pintuck. And then we're just gonna repeat the process. We're gonna make sure we're adding our back stitches at the beginning. And now as a guide, you're gonna watch that little area there. And you can see how that pintuck is going right into that little groove on the foot. Back stitch at the end and then take it out. Now, check that out. We've got 2 pintucks and they're looking great. So now we're gonna add another one and we're gonna continue using the groove in the foot as our guide. Really make sure you backstitch to lock it in place so it gets the right tension. So look how nice and even these rows of pin tucks are. That is what this foot is for, is making sure that these all end up super nice and even. I'm gonna add some more rows of pin tucks and then we can try this out with a regular foot and check out the difference. Wasn't that cool? The way that foot just guided through those pin tucks, giving us nice, even rows. Let's take a look at it close up. So you can really see how nice and even these rows of pin tucks are. Such a fun texture. And that's what this foot does. It helps you evenly guide rows and rows and rows of pin tucks. And because it's got these little grooves in it, it's not crushing your pin tucks, right? So it's gonna let them ride through these openings in the foot nice and smooth. And this makes it so much easier because normally you might have to draw some lines so you have something to follow across your fabric, but with this foot, you can just follow the groove with your last row of pin tucks. So let's go try it out with the regular foot so we can really see if that pin tuck foot makes a difference or not. So I have the regular A foot on and we're gonna follow the same process with back stitching in the beginning and guiding our fabric down. Get to the bottom, we're gonna back stitch and we'll take out our fabric. So we do have one pin tuck there, but now we're going to add another one. And I'm actually noticing this pin tuck is not as raised as the other ones are. So let's add a few more rows and then we're going to compare these. So now if I wanted one right next to it, I would really have to use some alignment on my foot. And I'm gonna line this one up with the 1/8 of an inch spot on my foot and see if we can get that one to be even. And if you want to be really accurate, you could draw a line to follow. And also notice that this pin tuck is being crushed here by the foot. So it's flattening it out while we are sewing. So our pin tucks with the regular foot are right here, and you can see they look a little wider, and that's because they didn't get sucked up as much. They're not as predominant, so they don't have as much as a ridge as the ones where I use the pin tuck foot. And you can see they are a little bit more wobbly than the ones where I use the pin tuck foot. Now, yes, I could have drawn some lines on there, but that's the advantage of using the pin tuck foot is that you don't have to do that, because that definitely takes time. So you can see by using the pin tuck foot, we have more raised, pronounced pin tucks. They are nice and even, and I didn't have to take the time to draw any lines or measure anything out. We just got to use the pin tuck foot. Isn't that pin tuck foot so cool? It's really a game changer in helping you create pin tucks evenly, nice and pronounced. They're just beautiful. So now hopefully you're gonna add some pin tucks to one of your projects and not feel so intimidated by it. And if you're looking to make really wide pin tucks, like 1/4 inch pin tucks, you're gonna wanna go old school on it and basically just like sew a pleat. And I have a video all about that. I'll also put that down below in the description. But this pin tuck foot is great if you wanna make all these little mini pin tucks. So cute and helpful. Thank you so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. If you have any questions, leave it down below in the comments and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And I'd love to know what other kind of feet or attachments would you like to see tutorials on or have me go over it. Leave that down below in the comments as well. And if you've got a project to share recently, well, hit me up on Instagram or tag me in the post so that way I can share it with everyone else. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Sewing Anastasia and hit the notification bell so you know when all the videos come out. And if you're in Chicago, come on into my design studio and take some classes with me. And if you're not, well, check out the online sewing classes and the sewing club with the Discord. So much fun over there. So make sure you check all those out. The links are down below in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.